everybody, and welcome back to our second session of Star Wars Exile, the Old Republic. And I don't know that my desktop is working, so let me say something real quick.
Hello.
Okay, it's working. Cool. Thank you. I was a professional at one point, I swear.
It's all good. We're all professionals here.
Just real quick, let's just go around here, and we'll start with our friendly person in the A-wing there. Ray, if you could just tell everybody who you are and who you're playing real quick.
Sure thing. Howdy, I'm Ray. You can find me over at RedMageRay on Twitter. I do lots of TTRPG stuff, specifically with Friends Who Roll Dice, which is a group that I co-founded. We are currently kicking ass, raising a bunch of money for charity during this Halloween time. We have a whole bunch of shows coming up every Friday, and then a 13-hour stream on the 1st of November with a whole bunch of faces. Some faces you've seen in the TTRPG world, some you've never seen before. They're all bloody fantastic. So, my British came out very strong then.
I don't think anyone is opposed if you get really British.
But yeah, that's me, and that's what I do. I am playing Zel-Kadar, who is a Keldor Grey Jedi, who has been ironically, in exile for a little while, a self-imposed exile, as he's been trying to work out where his place in the quickly deteriorating galaxy is. And ended up running into all of these folks. So yeah, we'll see what exactly Zell's doing here shortly, I think.
Wonderful. Kelly, would you like to get next?
Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly Murphy. You can find me at MightyMurph28, both on Twitter and Instagram. This is the only stream I do, but usually on Tuesday nights, I'm over at Chaotic Tiefling, ATL, to either win or lose at trivia. I'm hoping this week it's win because she's doing Hocus Pocus. And
yeah.
I play Snuggle, a Chadrafan thief / recovering kleptomaniac who is 15 years old, and she's a baby. But she's a lot of fun, and she's trying to figure out how to make her way in this large galaxy without getting killed or kicked around. But she likes everyone she's with right now, so she definitely won't steal from them, at least for now, unless they make her mad. But that's me.
Wonderful. Babs.
Oh, hi, that's me, your friendly neighborhood Babs the Bat. I am playing Ava Dysar, a recently former Sith. We will learn more about that as we go along. Not going to spoil it for you. But you can find me on my channel, which is Chaotic Tiefling ATL. We have some fantastic stuff that we're doing. As Kelly mentioned, we do Tuesday night nerdy trivia. This coming Tuesday is Hocus Pocus. It's going to be super fun. And then we do... I do a Wednesday wine talk with my best friend, and then we have an amazing show on Saturdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time called Tea Time Tales, which Bardic Bell will come on and read stories. Next week, she's reading Halloween stories for Halloween. It's a good just hang out, grab a blanket, snuggle up time. And then you can also find me on the Rock Punch ATL channel, because that's where I work. So that's a little bit about me.
And Hannah, if you'd like to go in, and then maybe we've all elected you to give us a little synopsis of what happened last time, because we're terrible
that's
people.
Fine. So, we're not terrible people. You need to rescind that judgment.
I don't know. We played Blades in the Dark together. I know we're pretty terrible people.
Okay, maybe that's fair. I'm Hannah. You can find me on Twitter and Insta at Stop That Old Woman. And my character in this game is a Trandoshan soldier named Nis. And as far as a recap, so it's been a couple of weeks since episode 1. For the fans at home who've not watched the VOD, here is a 15-second synopsis. We started on Taurus. We were all summoned together in a very unusual set of circumstances by Ayn and his lovely albino Wookiee named Tafar. Effectively, the Jedi Council has hired Ayn to deliver some super special cargo to Ord Radama, and Tafar is going to fly us out there to deliver said special cargo. Now, once we got on the ship, things went crazy. So there was some, like, not looting, because it's not quite looting, but some investigating on the part of one Snuggle, discovered some kyber crystals. And then there just happened to be a special person up in the passenger deck. This is somebody named Bastila Shan. I don't even know who that is, but that's cool. Anyway, that's where we are. We're on a ship. We got some crazy shit going on. It's bananas. Let's get to it.
Wonderful. Okay, so before the stream started, I alluded to these lovely folks that they have a couple hours before we get to our destination point. So if there's any sort of scene you would like to have with another character or a group of characters, now is your time to do it. So run for it or let me know.
Do we have enough time for a long rest? Or is it too early in the day for that?
A long one. You might be able to get like a short one in, but
Okay.
a long one would not be.
I don't know what comes back during a short rest.
Definitely not a full night's rest, no.
Dang. Okay. I do believe that we all went into our separate rooms so that, like, the Jedi could meditate, or the Force users, the Force users could meditate respectfully. Yeah. And then Snuggle and Nis are doing whatever they're doing.
We're entertaining an albino Wookiee.
Oh.
I know Snuggle went into her room to polish the nice metal that her new friend, the not Jedi, gave her. That the other Jedi she met was somewhat miffed, and she doesn't understand why. She's just happy she has something shiny to add to the collection.
Okay. So we have no scenes we wish to cover then before we jump right into everything?
Hey, Ray.
Hey,
We get our Force powers back if we meditate for an hour.
sweet. I will be meditating because I want to poke the Force. I want to see if I can get an answer to 2 questions.
Okay.
So as I'm meditating,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sat and kind of getting in touch with the Force as a whole, and I want to ask, 1, if Bastila Shan fails, will the Force be thrown into chaos? And 2, is there something bigger that threatens the balance of the Force brewing?
Okay. You want to roll your use the Force? You want to take 20? How do you want to approach that?
I will go ahead and roll for it, because that's fun. It's not a bad start. 17.
17. Okay, so your first question. If Bastila doesn't finish the mission that she sets out to go on right now, there will be a massive misbalance. This is what you feel. This is what the Force seems to be telling you. You're not... I won't say with your 17, like, you don't know exactly which side is going to make out better than this, but logic would tell you otherwise, that her being a force for the Jedi, and if she fails, then most likely it's going to be the dark side of the Force that wins out in this in the end. But the degree of the offset is massive. Do you want to roll for your second one, or?
Yeah, that makes things interesting. I'm here for it. Far better this time. That is a 22.
22. So, adversaries beyond that which you know of currently. You're just looking for the greatest threat out there? And is this
It's more kind of like, is there something brewing?
Gotcha.
Something that's going to happen that's going to be disastrous, essentially.
Gotcha. And let's take this a step in further. Is it towards the effect of the balance? Is it the effect towards you personally, a group of people? Because something might be negative for one person, might not be, might be positive for another. As also a threat could be an ally for one person, or a threat to another person. So
That's fair. I guess I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out whether there is going to be some kind of conflict involving the Force. So whether it be Jedi or something else, are Force sensitives and are going. Are Force sensitive are going. Good job. Are Force sensitive going to be getting into some kind of combat, and would that then disrupt the nature of the balance of the Force?
Think of a way to word this correctly so I don't misinform you. There is definitely on the borders of known conflict currently. There are other forces at play that potentially dwarf what is currently happening in the known galaxy around you. What is happening currently, however, does play a role in the severity of what's going on beyond that. You feel that should things go wrong based on your previous premonition, that this would only strengthen the cause beyond the current situation and give those adversaries even greater sway. I think it's the best way I can put it without directly naming what's going on.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. I'll sit and ponder for a while. I think my... having been accustomed to just kind of being in the middle of nowhere, I think that my door is open if anyone wanted to approach me, but otherwise I'll just go ahead and dwell on that and meditate for the journey.
Okay.
Ava's meditation is going to be... She's not actively searching through the Force in like a projection way to like figure out like what could be coming, or like a sense of the future, because she is still trying to keep sort of a lower profile, and she doesn't want to be detected if anyone is reaching out trying to look for her, trying to find her. But she is going to just sit and meditate and just kind of like stay inwards, dabble a little bit in the Force, but in a way that just trying to find her path and what she feels is going to be the right thing for her to do whenever, because right now she's just kind of like along for the ride.
So you're sort of sitting there searching your feelings. I guess we'll go that cliche
Really, yeah.
Star Wars route.
Yeah.
Nothing. As a game master, of course, I'm not going to impose any thoughts or direction in that. That is totally up to Ava.
Do you want me to roll a force check?
If you're looking for something in particular, we can use a roll and force check.
No, it's one of those things where she's not trying to like reach out too far, where she knows she could be detected through the force, but she is kind of like putting out feelers just to be like, what is my path? Like, I've left this organization that was my life and it's everything I've known, and I just don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. Go ahead and.
So it's more looking, I guess, for guidance on a personal level.
Go ahead and give me a use the force check, and I will give you information based on.
I think that's the 17.
17.
Yeah.
As much as it probably might bother you, you feel that currently your path and Bastila's path are intertwined. And following her path may lead you to more answers about yourself.
Great. Awesome. And then she'll just stay in her quarters and just stay to herself.
Okay. Snuggle is waxing the Kyber crystal.
Waxing the medallion that was given to her. But she also puts it aside for a second to thoroughly search her room to see if there's anything cool there that she can feel.
Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and make me a perception.
Okay. That's not awesome. That is a 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. So, as you're searching this crew quarter, seems as if most things are, while they're not put away in a way that's tidy, given the the exchange, and it's not a real ordered sort of structured organization in fact. You do find tucked under one of the racks a compartment, and within that compartment you do find a small blaster pistol.
Uggle is very happy. And she put that in her bag.
Okay.
Can she identify what kind of blaster pistol it is?
You mean like who makes it, or
Like how powerful it is, or who makes it, or something like that? Just what she can tell just by looking at it, because she's not exactly what you'd call a weapons expert.
okay. It seems to be fairly standard. It's something that most individuals could carry who could afford such things. It's not like a black market item or anything to that sort. It's definitely readily available. Just a trusty sidearm for most people.
All right. Well, it belongs to Snuggle now.
Okay. If you're looking in the book, that's on page 126. Actually, it's a restricted item. Sorry, my bad. I was looking at the wrong column. Anything going on for Nis up there in the passenger seat?
Nis is just hanging out with the Wookiee, trying to communicate, and
Okay.
every time the Wookiee makes noise, she's not sure if she should like laugh or be like, "Oh, And so it's just a combination of like highs and lows of emotion. Just chilling with the Wookiee.
Okay, so you're not taking part in any sort of the navigations, or you're just hanging out there with the Wookiee that you can't speak
No,
with?
she can participate in the navigation.
Okay.
Pretty confident that I have that option.
Yeah, do you have some sort of pilot check? Or pilot skill?
Yes. I do believe I don't know, maybe I didn't take pilot after all. Thought I did.
Nothing you can't help out, just the degree you can.
No, but definitely not like operating as the pilot. But yes, that was the original intent.
Okay. Any sort of use computer knowledge or?
Sure. Mostly there for charisma, let's be real.
Okay. And really, the Wookiee is pretty quiet from this time being. Just seems to be focused on the task ahead of him. It's sort of an autopilot for the time being, as you are bounding through hyperspace currently, and there's not a whole lot more they can do at this point, as the computers have taken over, the navigation system has taken over. If there's anything you wish to try to discuss, you're more than welcome to. He can clearly understand you, just the other way around is more limited to nonverbal communication at this point.
She's probably not going to ask him too many questions. There's been a lot of conversation and a lot of surprises tonight, so this is definitely a downtime activity.
Okay.
But just keeping kind of an active mind, not going to sleep, not doing anything like that.
Okay. So is there anything else that any of you all would like to wrap up before we head on to our next scene? Any conversations? No? Okay.
I think right now it's just awkward enough that everyone's just kind of like, so, I don't know.
So we'll move on. A couple hours have passed. Nis, you're still sitting up front, and you can sort of feel the presence of another person begin to walk up behind the two of you sitting there. And it's not long before you hear the voice of Bastila Shan behind you, who's sort of like looking out through the viewing screen. Well, shouldn't be too much longer now. Are we all prepared?
This will kind of look at the Wookiee like, hey man, are we good?
And he sort of belts out his growl/howl.
Yep. Sounds like we're doing great. I think we're all set. For sure.
And you see him reach up to where the hyperdrive control is. And he sort of looks over to you, and it's like giving you like a countdown almost to the point to where it's about to you're about to take you back out. The rest of you still staying in your rooms for the time being, or
was there some sort of announcement that we were coming out of hyperspace?
not from the cockpit. There has not been any sort of announcement now.
Okay. Then I guess we're all just still hanging out.
Okay.
So
there's the dull hum of the hyperdrive that you've sort of blanked out over the last hour and a half or so. The noise becoming so familiar and so non-threatening that you sort of just shifted it from your consciousness at this point. And then when it stops, that sort of snaps you back in to what's going on around you. And all of a sudden, there are lights flashing everywhere.
sorry.
As a red-hued light begins to flash in every room within the quarters of this crew chamber. Bastila and Nis, and I keep forgetting my Wookiee's name,
Tafar.
Tafar.
Not Buster.
Not Buster. We can call him Buster. It wouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
But what you see out this viewing screen is mass chaos. As suddenly the ship tilts downwards as you see remnants of a ship begin to move past you. And it's only through the quick thinking of Buster that the ship hasn't plowed through some remains of what looks like some sort of Republic cruiser that once been there and has now been torn asunder. And he just begins to growl angrily. You would assume probably a very, very well-worded curse. And as you come up underneath of these remains, you just see this black night has become alive with weapon fire as ships dogfight, and remains almost like skeletal steel floats aimlessly through the fabric of space as two sides have engaged in some sort of galactic combat. And you all are, of course, aware that these warning signals have begun just ear-splitting at this point from your chambers.
Right.
Ava will emerge
Okay.
and be like, what is happening?
Bastila turns and looks to the three of you, which I assume have now made your way to the deck. And you can see that the pallor has drained from her face. Shocked white. It would appear that Revan and Malik's forces have joined combat a little earlier than we anticipated.
Then we need to get out of here.
She shakes her head.
We gotta go somewhere. We gotta go somewhere. We're gonna die here. We gotta go somewhere.
She grips the side of the captain's seat and begins pointing to one of the larger cruisers. You, take us there.
Oh, you have got the beginning. Alright.
And this is not a Republic cruiser that she's pointing at.
No, I didn't think so.
Do I recognize this ship? Do I know of this ship?
Of the ship itself?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like...
Now, you do notice that there is another ship there that you probably would notice, and that's the Leviathan, I believe the name of it is, which is Malik's flagship.
Oh, God. Okay.
Snuggle looks at the ship and she's like, "That's not a Republic ship. Why? That's not a Republic ship. We shouldn't go there. Why you want to go there?"
Ava starts freaking out and is like, we don't need to get in the middle of this. We need to get out of here. Like, this is a bad idea. Like, getting anywhere close to these guys, we're all gonna get captured. We're all gonna die, essentially.
Snuggle is vigorously pointing at Ava and nodding her head. She's like, yeah. She's smart. Listen to her.
This is what you were all paid to do, was to deliver me here. I'm sorry the situation isn't what you'd consider ideal, but this is why we're here. We had laid a trap for them.
Lady.
It's been sprung sooner than later. There is no second chance after this.
We were not paid to deliver you to whatever the hell that is. We were paid to deliver you to Ord Radama. So, like, we are not Ord Radama. We're not there. So, no. You want to change the flight plan, you got to add some more money, and we've got to get a few people off this bird first. So, like, no.
What exactly is your plan?
She looks from Nis and back over to you, Zelkadar. We're going to board Revan's ship. I'm going to take him.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we're acquiring
What did you
property.
The fuck we are.
It won't just be us.
Like Revan, like big bad Revan. He was good, but now he's bad.
Yeah.
Real
so Darth Revan is here, but then you do know who that is over there. That's his partner in crime.
Yes, I'm well aware.
And this is the exact type of situation that I'm trying to avoid.
But this is mergers and acquisitions. This is my bread and butter. So
Great.
I don't. Who
Great.
all is supposed to assist us with this in your scheme?
Quickly your tune has changed.
Since I have fellow members of the Order who will be joining us.
I need like a number though. Like how many?
She closes her eyes. There's 10 more.
Ships or people?
People.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
I'm all for, storming the castle, as they say, but this sounds bad. And I also don't want her to die. So
10 more would be enough to take the ship. That is easy. But to deal with who you wish to deal with, I do not think 10 will be enough.
I am certainly not going to stick around to help 10 Jedi fight my former whatever you want to call him.
boss?
Sure, that works.
How big is the ship that we're looking at? It's pretty big, right?
Oh yeah. It's a flagship. I mean, yeah.
I don't think 10 people's enough, plus us. I mean, I just don't.
The Snuggle's like doing that math in her head, and you can really see the cogs turning. And she's like, I think you need more people. I don't want to die.
We're not here to take on the entire contingent on that flagship. We're just after Revan. Smaller crew is going to be able to get on easier and make our way through the halls easier.
He's like super.
I'm sorry.
Right? He's like really powerful.
And that's why there are 10 of us going, not one.
I'm sorry. Keyword here. You said you're after Revan?
She nods.
Plot twist. I told y'all we should ask for more money.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, are there any escape pods on this ship?
Snuggles gonna perk up.
No, there are no escape pods on this ship.
Son of a bitch. Okay. You realize that, honestly, no offense to anyone else, but if Bastila and I alone walk onto that ship to try and get Revan, we are going to be fighting the entire ship contingency that's here.
Yeah.
I'm wanted for treason, I guess we could call it.
Crimes against the state, probably.
Defecting?
Yeah, you just don't leave. Especially in the middle of a mission.
We can come back to that later, but what are our other options? Do we really have any at this point?
Zell just kind of sighs and begins kind of... He takes a seat and just starts restringing his bow that he keeps across his body. He's just slowly kind of stringing it back and just looks up to Shan. If you die, if you don't succeed, the balance of power will shift one way. I do not know what will happen if you do succeed, but right now I know that the balance is in jeopardy. If you need my hand, I will give it to you.
She looks down towards you, and you can see a softness has sort of taken over her normally stern look. Zelkadar, the balance has been in jeopardy for some time now. The Sith that we face is a two-headed serpent at this rate. We plan to take one of the heads today, but the other will still remain.
Yeah, that's why this is a bad idea.
We can't sit back and let them take the rest of the galaxy either.
I mean, it feels like the balance is always out of whack. Like it'll fix itself one way or the other at some point.
Sith, if I wasn't wearing eye protection, and I would shoot towards you as it just says, Sith.
Oh no, she gets the gist of where you're going with this. Like, you don't have to say it. I know what they are.
Sith are irrational. If we attack them while they think they are winning, we may actually have a higher chance of succeeding than otherwise.
Well, we know they, can't. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say that. Don't want to offend mixed company. But can you ask Tafar to Snuggle? Can you ask Tafar if we have other flight options aside from this that are reasonably going to not kill us?
So Snuggle kind of walks over to where Tafar is and starts growling at him and using little hand gestures. It's like, is there anything we can do but what she wants to do?
You see he's as occupied as he is right now because there is a fucking battle going on all around him, and he's doing his best to like stay out of the range of what's going on around him. He says, well, we have at least 3 options that I can think of. 1, we can turn tail and get the hell out of here and risk, pissing off the Order. 2, we can see if she can meet up with somebody from her Order that can take her from this ship to that ship. Or 3, we can take her to that ship.
Democracy? Do you guys want to vote?
I relayed this information, and Snuggles like, the Jedi are forgiving, right? Like, they don't stay mad. That's like their thing. And she's looking at it.
No, I don't know if they hold grudges, but I do know they're awfully judgy most of the time. But that's about all I can say.
People judge me all the time. That's fine.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're adorable, so,
Bastila chimes in and says, I don't expect anyone that's been hired to obviously put their lives on the line. I understand if you don't wish to be a part of this.
I gotta be honest, I'm kind of interested. I just don't want Ava to die. And Bastila, I don't want you to die either, but I'm not that invested. But I really don't want Ava to die specifically.
Rest assured, I might not die. There'll be capture. Probably a lot of torture. Probably a lot of reformation. Possible death if I don't reform.
But see, there's a lot of opportunity there for
survive.
us to rescue you.
I mean, I wouldn't expect you guys to come back for me if I did get captured. Like,
Unless that was the plan for Bastila to surrender. And for you to surrender, for us to get into the ship to get to him. And then the double cross.
okay, so you're not suggesting we offer ourselves up as bait.
It sounds like she wants to offer you as bait.
8 sounds so dirty and tasty. I don't know. I defer to what you think is best for the group.
Snuggle turns to Bastila.
Mhm.
So if we don't deliver you, we don't get paid. Is that like the bottom line here?
She says, well, technically, by the contract, no, you would not get paid, but she sort of looks down to Tafar and says, get me anywhere off this ship, and I will consider the debt cleared and the contract fulfilled in full. There, you don't have to worry about your money anymore.
Snuggle feels kind of bad now. I guess we should help her. I don't know. I'll let you people who know the Force or whatever to discuss this. I'm small. I'm good at hiding. They won't kill me.
It might not help me a lot, but does anyone have a change of clothes? Something more regular?
Bastila probably does.
Does
I don't
Bastila
think
have
I've got
anything
anything.
other than Jedi robes?
She has nothing other than Jedi robes now.
Okay, fair.
She.
Yep.
I can give you some, armament to go with it.
All right, Snuggle will run back and see if she can find anything for Ava to wear that's roughly her size.
Okay.
Yeah, Ava will go help.
It's got to be like a spare mechanics jumpsuit or something like that around, right?
Yeah, that's
something,
basically
something
what they're
gaudish.
Yeah, it's basically going to be some sort of flight suit, or mechanic suit, as Red put it. It's probably still has some of the stains even still in it, just pressed into the fibers of it still. But what do you expect? This has probably been used as a smuggling ship, so they're not going to be dressed to the nines and Gucci or anything like that. It's going to be common clothing. So
Ava is gonna go back to her quarters to, even though she's just putting this on over what she's already wearing, and she's going to try to center herself in the Force and also try to avoid having a panic attack. But she also wants to reach out with the Force and just get a sense for what all this means and what could possibly be the path out of all of this.
Okay.
Like, is it inevitable capture? Is it where is the Force going to lead her?
Okay.
Ooh. An 11? An 11 on that Force check.
Okay, so I don't run games where low rolls mean nothing happens. Just so you know, even if you critically fail something you're still going to glean something from it. It just might not be the truth. So with your result, you reach out, and there's such a strong presence of fellow Force users in the area that it just seems like there is a cloud hanging over everything. You're unsure exactly if you follow this path. The degree of survivability is questionable. You know that much, obviously. But you do know that it's going to make a large impact, and what's going to happen in the galaxy itself. And surprisingly, and this probably comes out of left field for you, you sense something very familiar that you can't place your finger upon. There's some presence within this system itself that feels too familiar to you, too personal. But it's hard to navigate what's going on around you.
Ava is going to take a breath and that familiar feeling is just enough to pique her curiosity. And she'll put the jumpsuit on and she'll take off her hood and she will rejoin the others. I think we need to go with Bastila. I think we need to help her.
Bastila turns from you all with just the smallest hint of hope in her eyes and begins to reach out towards the observation screen as you see her eyes slowly begin to close. And around the battle itself, it seems as if the ships from this mix of Republic and Jedi forces suddenly begin to work together even better. They begin to form tighter formations and tighter squadrons and begin to push back against this onslaught that Revan and Malak have brought with them. And you, the Force users, you can tell what's happening. There is a strong presence radiating from her as this power that you've heard of but never experienced itself begins to emit from Bastila. Her battle meditation has taken over, and you begin to see the forces pressing back against the Sith. And now, as a game master, I'm going to give you all, of course, one of the three choices of how you want to proceed. I am not going to railroad you into any point of this. These are your characters. These are your choices. What path would you like to follow? What course of destiny does this group of exile wish to take?
Let's storm the castle, as they say.
The last thing they will be expecting is a full frontal assault from a ragtag group of individuals.
It's a pretty big ship. It probably has lots of stuff on it. Probably shiny too, so.
There will be so many. You will need a bag. You'll need many bags.
They probably have bags there too. It's great. It's fine. All right.
Okay. And I think Ava already made her decision up, if I'm not mistaken, so. All right.
Let's go!
The the ship begins to start to leer down towards this flagship of Revan's, and you see Bastila's face tense as she reaches out even more, beginning to almost funnel the battle away from you all as you press closer and closer to the ship. The Wookiee seems obviously agitated and angry about this choice. Definitely very vocal about it, slinging curses that probably make Snuggle, if she could, would probably be blushing at the strength of it.
Snuggle just says to him, "Stop complaining. Fly the ship. You don't have to go on. It'll be fine."
And he just responds with more growling and cursing at this point.
Yep. Mm-hmm. He's just grumpy. It's fine. It's fine.
And this will turn to Ava and what is the best thing that we can do for you during this?
I don't know if there's anything you can do for me. I'm literally putting myself in this situation.
Can you wear a mask? Or will they like recognize you?
I mean, I can literally go invisible and hope that I'm not detected. But at the end of the day, nothing is going to help me avoid total detection. That's just the way it is. I can try to hide it as much as I can, but someone's gonna know it's me.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but let's just hope they're forgiving.
Okay.
They won't be, but maybe we can hope.
Your else ship goes full speed, and in the shadow of the Leviathan, off to starboard of you, you have that sense of dread, being this close to one of the...
Ava's stomach is in knots, and she feels like she's gonna throw up, and she probably looks like she's about to throw up as well. She probably looks very pale, well, more pale and tired than she already looks, but she literally looks like she's about to be sick to her stomach.
And of course, you, Zelkadar, you can feel just the hate and anger radiating from this. And not just from Malik himself, but just the contingent of the Sith and Jedi, or Dark Jedi, that surround him. It is oppressive. And just as you escape that feeling, you wander back into it once again as you press down onto Revan's flagship. And if it weren't for the quick piloting of your Wookiee, the hypercannons that are on the side of the ship would have taken you out long ago. But it seems that your companion has some skill and manages to press through one of these loading bays of the ship itself and screeches across this metal plane, coming to a halt. And without thought, he just slams the cargo door to have it open. And Snuggle, you can hear him saying, "You need to get the fuck out now before they come for you."
Where are you going to be?
I'll be here as long as I can be.
All right, guys, we got to go. He's going to stay as long as he can, but he says we got to get out now.
He could have landed a little more quietly.
Surprised to see a Wookiee running away from a fight. Alright.
Can you tell him that?
Say it again.
You want me to tell him that? He's saying that to you, Zell. I can tell him that.
I think he still understands command, as the basic.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just awaiting the slap that may never come.
Yeah. He's just like,
can you ask him, like, hey, are you sure you don't want to come with us? This could be really awesome.
Snuggle turns to him and says, why don't you come with us? You can pull off so many arms. It's going to be great. I mean, my friend who's a Wookiee, she didn't do that, but she's big and strong. She liked to fight, too, and she was good at it. And she said that most Wookiees are good at it. And you seem to have a lot of anger. And maybe you can, like, punch some people and get it out, and then you won't yell at us so much.
Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers.
Go ahead and make me a
No.
persuasion.
Ooh, 19.
19. And I'm going to counter because he really doesn't want to go. But you have challenged him. Challenged his heritage.
Call him out.
He looks at the panel before him and he raises these two large fists and just begins to beat on it angrily, as it seems as if he's fighting with himself at this point. And as he gets up, he nearly snaps the seat off from the ground. You can just see the anger and the frustration that's grown within him. And he slams a cargo panel open and pulls out a bowcaster.
And Snuggles like, that's great, but you want to do that in there. Don't hurt the ship. We need it to go, but you do that in there. That's great. That's exactly what we need, but not so loud. We're trying to be sneaky, I think. Right? We're trying to be sneaky? Kinda?
Ava looks at Tafar and says, is there a way for you to lock this ship from the outside to where we can still get into it, but no one else can?
He nods, and
Cool.
Snuggle, you would understand that he's saying that he can lock it. He can personalize the lock even, but that's not going to stop the Sith from getting into it if they want to get into it. So
You just need to make it a little harder for them, because there's stuff in here they really don't need to have.
That's so true. And Snuggle relays what he says.
Gold mine of kyber crystals sitting in here.
yes, when you're saying that, there's things in here that you can see that he looks upon you with understanding that he now knows that you know what's carried on board here.
I mean, we did know, right? The Force users could feel it. Is that how it works? I thought we had discussed that we knew what they were.
I told Nis what I found.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But I don't think I told any of you. And I didn't tell anybody that I took one.
Oh,
That's Snuggles' little secret.
would there in any of our meditation, would there have been a way to like sense that that's what was on this ship?
I would think so, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, those
I think
crystals
a
are
whole
very attuned to the
Weight of
Force.
kyber
So.
crystals would be like a beacon.
But you can tell, even he can't vocally express himself, but just the way he stands and stares at you, it seems that he realizes that the gig is up at this point. He knows that you know what's on board, and he's not angry, and he doesn't seem to be like worried about it at the same time. But he's definitely filed that away. Like, okay.
Well, he shouldn't be worried about us knowing. He should be worried about everyone else finding out.
He shakes his head and begins to move.
I guess we're doing this.
I guess so.
Indeed.
Okay. I'm going to go invisible and just, you guys just trust that I'm behind you. Oh wait, I think Zell, you can see me when I'm invisible. Or at least you could. So yeah, just trust that I'm behind you. And if I need you, I'll let you know. A 16,
Okay.
which gives me total concealment And then I need to make a stealth check,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. That is a math. Do I have advantage on stealth? Is that a thing? Or am I getting my games mixed up?
Getting your games mixed up, yeah.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
You totally should, though.
You're
Right?
already invisible.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's still fine. It's a 30.
A 30. Okay. Just a 30. It'll be all right.
Yeah. That's a 30 on my stealth check.
I mean, I do have incentives down there if anybody wants to try to give these guys advantage on stuff. Just saying, but they are posted at the bottom of the page. So, okay. So I'm assuming you're going to take the lead off this ship. I don't want to be presumptuous, but
Who, Ava?
yeah. No. Okay.
No. I mean, she probably roughly has heard, like, maybe has taken a tour of this once, maybe, but would not know her way around this well enough to. So.
Okay. Well, Tafar is definitely going first, as nobody else is going to. He seems to have some sort of been pushed to his pride's limit and is running off of this ship currently.
I'll go with Jafar.
Okay.
We can be the first in. That's fine.
And Bastila sheds her outer robe and begins to follow quickly behind them.
Snuggle is scampering as fast as she can. Keep up.
How small are you, Snuggle?
I think she's like 2.5 feet or something like that.
Could I carry you? I don't want to offend you, but
No.
if you wanted me to carry you, I totally would do that.
Snuggle is fine with that. She just finds that when she asks people to carry her, that they get offended or annoyed. So she stopped doing that.
I kind of would carry you in a way that would allow you. I'm assuming you have the blaster on you. Yeah. So I'd carry you in a way that you could really like leverage holding that blaster steadily. So whatever way works for you, totally down for that.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll like crawl up your back and just like one hand holding on, one hand with her blaster, and she's just like, she's ready.
Wonderful.
Zell is sticking very close to Ava. And is just going to go ahead and keep an arrow knocked.
Is that just like a Keldor thing that you can like see me? Like, hold on. Is that just like a Keldor thing that you can see me? Like, I'm just curious.
I mean, I can't see you. I can't see you because of a Keldor. No. It would be more of a case of seeing you just kind of vanish and then sticking to where I think you would be walking. I could be wrong, but it's kind of, yeah, I'm staying in wherever I think you would be.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I think it's just because I am force sensitive that I can, kind of see through the cracks sometimes.
Got it.
Okay. So you all have made your way onto this black metal plated floor with massive ceilings, and it appears to be just some sort of normal docking/loading bay. Of course, upon massive scales, there are numerous exits ahead of you on the far walls, but no real direction to point you where what you would assume the helm would be at this ship. But you're more than welcome to pick a direction and go. I'm going to give you at least 4 doors ahead of you at this point that you could reach through.
Is Bastila taking the lead at all?
Oh yeah, She's up front with
Okay.
the rest of
I
them.
didn't know if she was like, I can feel him. He's this way. So, because at this point, her and Revan are old friends, but he's just dark side right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would just kind of defer to her.
Okay. She begins to lead you all to the farthest door on the left and begins to press towards it. The door itself seems to be sealed, and she looks down at the panel. So obviously it's some sort of security clearance gate at this point, because you don't let everybody in to where you keep your cargo at. That would be foolish. I don't know if anybody wants to try to work past this lock, or if we would like to just blow it apart, or which I would not suggest, but
Where is mom? Is anyone relatively trained in using computers or technology or anything like that?
Snuggle is.
I can open Snuggle.
All right. So Snuggle scampers off Mrs. Back, and she goes up to the lock.
Okay. And give me that use computer check.
All right. That is a 21.
That will definitely do it. So a little bit of clicking and whirring later, you can see the blast door open. And beyond it is another room. It looks like some sort of reception room, where a large desk sits. You would assume this might be some sort of manager office or something of the sorts. Currently there's nobody inside of it. There's just one door off to the north, which is another blast door type. It doesn't seem to have any sort of locking mechanism when it currently active. But there is a terminal there and an empty chair, an empty desk. No one here currently.
Snuggle goes to the computer.
Okay.
She would like to see if she can find the schematics of the ship.
Wonderful. You're welcome to definitely try that.
Right. Will that be another use computers check?
It will be, yeah.
27.
27. You gotta love Saga.
I say that like I didn't just roll a 30 on myself.
This is true.
Like,
but then again, you needed the force to do that, so.
I know.
So your little Chandra fan seems to be quite adept. And it doesn't take long for her to be able to pull up some sort of schematics on this vessel itself. The sheer scale of it is a little overwhelming. But you do see that there are, not far from here, some lifts that could take you up to the main deck, or at least the hallways leading to the main deck, as it were, not into the actual command center itself. But you're not far from that point.
Snuggle would like to transfer the schematics to her datapad.
Okay.
And she would also like to see if there's anything regarding shift changes.
Shift changes.
On the ship. Does not want to get killed.
Correct. Normally there would be a shift change. It seems to be every 12 hours on the ship. But given that the fact that they're in a mass combat currently, that definitely probably is not going to apply at this point. It's going to be all hands on deck regardless currently.
12-hour shifts. Ooh.
Right. So Snuggle would like to also transfer the schematics to everybody else's datapad so that they have it on them as well. And then after she gets off the computer, she would like to look around to see if there's anything shiny that she can steal.
Oh, you're going to be fun. Go ahead, give me that perception check to see if you can find something worthwhile.
It's a 22.
22. Oh, okay. How nice is Josh going to be today? Because that was a pretty good roll. I'm going to be very nice today. While you don't see anything that looks particularly shiny as your motif, I suppose, you do find something that is interesting, which appears to be some sort of key card. Not a very high clearance one, but it would definitely get you to the lifts to be able to move more freely about the ship, up and down, without arousing any sort of suspicion or attempted hacks into the system itself. So that's definitely a boon that you've acquired here.
Snuggle announces her find and crawls back up Niss's back.
Very resourceful. Impressive.
Awesome. Great. Let's keep moving.
Okay. You break through the north door. At least Bastila does. If the rest of you follow, that's your choice. Or if you want to do anything else in this room, let me know. So you move out into the main hallway. I'm going to have Bastila. I'm going to have Niss. Go and both give me perception checks real quick. Oh, Bastila rolled terribly. And that's just because they're the first ones that are coming out of this.
Nis rolled an 18.
Wonderful. So the moment that this door slides open, Nis, you sort of stop Bastila, as funny as that scene looks, as you hear what appears to be the sound of running coming from the corridor far east of you. It's echoing, but you can hear the sound of these boots hitting the metal coming towards your all's direction. The corridor ahead it's probably like a 5-foot transition before you get to the main corridor itself. So you have sort of a corner to hide behind for the time being, or in the doorway itself. So that's the information that I'm going to give you currently.
Do they sound like typical just Sith trooper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Zell will immediately kind of twist back and probably go ahead and jump up and like pin himself in the top corner just to fully hide himself. Just kind of hold himself with his legs in that position.
Okay.
Wait for them to pass.
Okay. What the rest of you?
Ava's just up against the wall, invisible.
Okay.
And Snuggle's going to be on Nis's back, so we're all hiding together.
Okay. You're just going to try to hide in this little alcove here that you have and wait for them to pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally normal.
That's the hope.
Now I have to roll multiple perceptions as these troops pass you. Okay. So you watch as about 10 of these Sith troopers pass you by. Seems they're rushing off to the west for some particular reason. Unsure why, of course. But they have passed you by for the time being and don't seem to have noticed you. According to your schematics, Snuggle, you can see that the lifts are just past where they were coming from. So, about 40 feet down the hallway itself.
I whisper this to the group. And she also says, we should go now before more of them come.
Agreed. Let's avoid what encounters we can. And I'll jump down and then like poke my head around, just make sure they're definitely gone.
Okay. Why don't you go and give me a perception check now that you're out in the hallway looking down it.
25.
25. Such good rolls. Okay, so your 25 will garner you the information that you don't see any more troops coming from that direction. You don't hear any in immediately. The ones that have passed you by seem to keep pressing on out of your vision. But I don't want to say you frown, given your anatomy, but you definitely see that there are a myriad of security cameras in the hallway itself. So that might potentially be an issue for you.
How fast do you think we're going to be able to be? There's cameras all over this place.
Can't you use the force to like shut him down or something? I don't know how it works. I'm just throwing things out there.
I don't think any of us know how to do that.
I could rip them off.
It's too loud.
Blaster?
How far are we from the computer room that we just came from?
Not very far. It's feet behind you currently.
And I was like, hold on. I'll be right back. And she runs back into the computer room and onto the computer and sees if she can shut down the cameras that way.
Okay. This is going to be a high DC, just so you know.
I'm sure it is. Let's see if I keep rolling well. All right, 25.
25. Which was the DC that I was going to give you for that.
Dang it. Oh my gosh.
So you do manage to
Did
infiltrate.
Snuggle just take down the entire, did Snuggle just take down the ship?
Yeah.
Not the ship
Did you-
entirely. She definitely has taken down, or at least infiltrated a part of the security system that controls the surveillance on this level itself. And it takes you a couple minutes. It's not an easy process. These are highly encrypted, very, very detailed technological specs that you have to break through here. But you're good at this. You're used to this sort of jargon. And at least as far as you know, you don't see any of the feeds coming through now. If that's what you intended, of course. I don't want to assume that you're just completely cutting them off if that's not your intention.
Would she be able to do like a static loop?
That's what I wanted to know.
Okay. She does a static loop.
Okay. So, seems that it currently is statically looping for you.
All right. Snuggle scampers on back. It's like, all right, I took care of it. The hallway looks empty to them. We can go.
You are resourceful. Well done. And I will go ahead and follow everyone down to the left.
Okay.
Stopping for a moment, just to make sure that I know that Ava is still following.
Does Ava give any indication that she's still following?
Ava will do just a slight brush on his hand.
Okay.
Just the faintest. Not anything enough to bring me out of my invisibility, but just enough to let you know I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
So you all make it to one of the lifts. Snuggle, you do have the security card access to this lift. You all see that Bastila has stopped for a second as she seems to be concentrating on something. They have gotten on board. And they are engaging now. We must hurry.
Wonderful, you were the one that stopped. Let's go.
Snuggle you. I don't know if you have Nis maybe carry you over, as funny as that would be, and just sort of swipes the card through it. There is the green flash of the light as the door yawns open. And you all move inside. Okay. Bastila presses one of the buttons quickly and the door slams shut, and you can feel as the lift takes off and begins to bound you upwards. See the floors flashing by on the monitor in front of you. Bastila seems to have taken a deep breath, and she's pulling her lightsaber from her side now. She's holding it sort of tucked towards her chest as she's prepared.
Be ready for anything that comes out of that door.
All right. Any preparations? You got about 30 seconds before you exit this door, before at least it opens for you. So
I think one hand kind of reaches towards like a small bundle of fabric I have in my pocket, and then I kind of think against it, and then just go ahead and pull the bow taut, essentially. Just get ready to fire if need be.
Anybody else?
Snuggle has her blaster ready.
Okay.
Yeah, Nis is also very much prepared for combat.
Okay.
Ava will also have her blaster ready.
Okay. Wonderful. So the door finally opens, and you're immediately assaulted with the sounds of blaster fire in the corridor ahead of you. Seems you see the other side of the hallway as the doors open, and it moves north and south of you, and you can hear to the north just blaster fire and this hum of lightsabers at this point. Wish to move out. In what order are we going to move out here? Bastila is most likely going to go first, just because she's in a rush. So.
I will. I think I'll probably go out next.
Okay.
I was going to say, I think Trafar and Nis will definitely be right on Basila's heels. So it's totally fine if we're after you or right before you. It doesn't matter. But we'll be right there on that first out push.
Oh, okay.
Ava's gonna, not that they're gonna know, but Ava's gonna come out last.
Okay. Snuggle, are you going to be on your own, or are you going to just be hanging on to Nis wherever she goes?
She's mounted.
She's still hanging on to Nis, so.
Okay. I love this. As Ray said, this is like very Rocket Raccoon kind of feel to it. I love it.
No.
I love it.
No, it's not.
I'm going to get that on.
Feels very distinct from this.
Okay. So your first sights, Zell and Nis/Snuggle. There's got to be like some way you can combine those two and make a cute name out of it. What you see to the north of you, about 40 feet, is a myriad of bodies on the ground, which are smoking at this point from blaster fire. And about 40 feet past them, you see a large blast door.
What are you going to drink?
And inside, you can see the flashing of lightsabers. It seems to be a myriad mix of reds and blues and greens. And these troopers, these Sith troopers, stand just outside this door, seem to be engaged with some Republic soldiers that have wandered with the Jedi themselves on board, and are slowly losing to the Sith force that's in front of them. But Ava and Zell, you're immediately taken back. It's like watching your Force vision from before has finally become reality. The same sounds and hums, the blasting, the screams. It's all washing back over your senses. And caught in the moment, you begin to watch as the last of the Republic troopers fall to these Sith troopers. Don't seem to have noticed you yet, but there's about 6 of them up ahead of you currently.
So the Republic soldiers do die. They do go down.
Correct. Yeah, the Republic soldiers have lost to the Sith troopers. There's appears to be Jedi and Dark Jedi engaged in a room way past them. It looks as if I keep want to say cockpits. No, it's like a command deck, a large command deck that the doors are open of right now, and you can see past the Sith troopers that there's another conflict going on within it. It looks to be between Jedi and Sith currently. You can't really make out faces, it's too far at this point, but you can definitely see the lightsabers just flashing in the distance. But you do have a moment to think. If you wish to rush upon these troopers, or what you would like to do.
I think with the kind of the overwhelming of the senses and everything kind of flooding back, I think Zell's instincts take over. I think I just go ahead and let the arrow go straight into someone's head.
Okay.
I think it's just almost just an instinctive reaction.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. This will be your one bonus action for the group before they find out what the fuck's going on.
Well, that's a 2 on the dice, so I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna do much.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So, I would imagine seeing Zell sort of staggering at this point of this force presence that's just overwhelmed his senses. And as he raises the bow and takes aim, trying to steady his breath, steady his aim, unfortunately it's in vain as the arrow slips free and shatters just on one side of the main blast doors going to the command center. And you can see the Sith trooper turn to look. And I think, finally, I get to say, it's time to roll some initiative.
All right.
Of course, then I rolled the 2. It had to be then. Right.
Where did my D20 go? Just had it. Okay, yeah, let's get my metal die out for that one. Okay. 14 for Hannah.
Yep.
17 for Ava.
17.
20 for Snuggle.
Woo, snugs.
My mouse is currently freaking out, so I couldn't type in, but that is a 8 for Zell.
An 8 for Zell.
2 awful rolls in a row.
Well, you beat Bastila by 1.
Gosh, Bastila is going last. Oh no.
And 16 for our Wookiee friend.
Right. I'll be right back.
Okay. Snuggle, you are definitely at the top of the order.
Okay. So, what Snuggle is going to do is she is going to use her feat of Disruptive, which causes chaos among the ranks of her enemies. And let's see. It instigates chaos to disrupt my enemies. Until the start of my next turn, I suppress all morale and insight bonuses applied to my enemies in my line of sight.
Lovely.
So hopefully that gives us a little bit of an advantage.
I hope so. So that is your main action?
That's my main act.
Okay. Do you want to do anything else? Do you have any movement or swift actions or anything like to perform?
That cost me 2 swift actions.
Okay.
So I'm still just perched on Nissa's back. That I feel like that's the safest place for me right now.
Alrighty then. So now it is the troops' turn. And there are 6 of them, and they're going to take fire. If I can roll something above a 4, that would be amazing. Or a 4, another 4, let's go. That's 3 4s I rolled out of 5 so far. And a 2. Jesus Christ. Okay.
I love these dice. These are the best dice.
I'm not going to use that die from here on out, I don't think. I did roll one fairly decent one. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 targets. Zell, would a 15 hit you?
What would that be against?
You should be your... Gosh. This is a completely different system. I keep forgetting. Should be your...
Fortitude?
Reflex, I want to say.
Is it fortitude?
Maybe it's reflex.
Oh, it might be reflex.
15.
My reflex is 15.
15.
So.
Okay, so that will hit you then. If I am doing this correctly. If I might not be, because I'm kind of dumb. Okay, you're
not dumb.
Suffer 6 points of energy damage as one of these blasters manages to find its way towards you. And the rest of them seem to be typical troopers that can't hit anything but the side of the wall and the floor, as blaster fire just seems to spray in all directions. So that would be the only casualty of all this. Tafar will be up next. Rolls a natural fucking 20. Jesus Christ.
Yes, go Wookie.
Okay. That's one trooper down. So there's this large bowcaster, and just whoosh, there's this blast of energy that releases from it. And there's a spray of sparks as the laser penetrates the armor. And you see this smoking hole forms in the chest of this trooper as it slumps back against the wall and crashes to the ground. Nis, it's your turn.
Nis is going to attack. And submit. I think I rolled a 7. I'm pretty sure that's going to miss one of those guys.
Yes, it is.
Well, that sucks. Because I rolled some pretty solid damage there.
Yes, you did.
And do I get 2 opportunities to attack, or is it just 1?
Not unless you have a feat that would allow you to.
I do not have a feat that would allow me to do that. So, okay, cool. Awesome.
Any movement or anything like that?
Yeah, because we're protecting our girl as well. So we're prioritizing keeping Snuggle safe.
Okay.
And
well, that will bring us to Ava.
Oh, Ava will move to. Are there any other like corners, or is it just like we step out into a hallway or like a big open?
Right. So you would step out into a large hallway. It's about 15 feet across from you. Would be the other side of the wall, moving north to south.
Okay.
I'll say it's about 60 feet north of you would be the blast door to the main command deck. And it seems as if there might be a couple hallways that span off from that, so it's a T section.
Got it. Is all of the like the T sections and all of that, is that behind all of these Sith troopers that we're attacking?
You're right, they're staying just outside the blast doors themselves.
Okay. But I don't think I can get there in my movement. I don't even know where my movement is on my sheet. Oh, there it is. She will stand kind of up against the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and she will shoot with her blaster.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a 21 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Oh man, that's a lot of almost max damage. 22 points of damage,
Okay.
and let's see, force power. Okay, so gotta make it use the force check. That's a 16 to maintain my cloak.
Okay.
Which is what was currently holding it. And you know what? Ava's gonna spend a force point to increase that by 5.
Okay.
And make it a 21.
Okay. No problem. Your blaster was definitely enough to take out one of these troopers, as another one falls to your group, slumping over with another hole steaming out of its chest. Any movement for this round?
She's going to move to the opposite side of the hallway.
Okay.
So that if they decide to shoot where she was, she's not there anymore.
Wonderful. Zell, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm not going to move, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and fire another arrow for a dirty 20.
That will hit.
So I'm getting rid of all the good rolls so that when we actually, fight someone powerful, we're just going to get wrecked. Come on, maths, I can do it. 8 points of damage.
Okay, 8 points of damage. Wonderful. So this arrow goes flying down this hallway. And sort of the shock, probably, of everyone around you, or around them, I should say, because they're not used to conventional weapons being fired at them. This sort of catches right there, right in one of these troopers, and there's just like this blast of blood that kind of sprays back against the wall, and a howling of pain, and a look of complete and utter disbelief, probably from under the mask itself. Anything else for your turn?
I don't think I can do anything else, so no, that's me.
Okay. So Bastila's turn. She begins to. You see her that she ignites this lightsaber. 2 beams, the double-edged lightsaber, or double-bladed, I'm sorry. And she begins to rush north as fast as she can. And she should be there next round, because Bastila don't play that game. Bring us back to the top of the order. Snuggle, it's your turn.
How many Sith troopers are still standing?
Weaponsmiths give me the ability to use Dex on my
So we
lightsaber.
have 3 that are completely uninjured and 1 that has been injured because he's got a arrow sticking out of him currently.
Okay, so I'm going to use my
That's
blast.
so much better.
Okay.
+5 for my attack. Instead of a +3.
I'm going to shoot the one who has the arrow sticking out of him.
Okay. Wonderful.
I feel like I could more easily kill him. And then steal something shiny so I can start collecting bars like this. As you have become Snuggles' role model. Does a 5 hit?
No, unfortunately, does not hit.
I think so.
Unless you'd like to try to hit one of your companions, which,
No.
I can allow that if you'd like, but no, it will not hit one of the troopers, unfortunately.
Well, I think that's my turn because I'm not going to move. I think I only have the 1 attack.
Okay.
And yep. So that's Snuggle. She tried.
Okay. So it brings us back to the troopers' turn. All 4 of them. See if I can roll. I'm not using that die. I'm grabbing another die. That was a terrible die. Let's see how much better this one does. Okay. A 5, a 7. Nis, what is your reflex save? Reflex defense?
18.
Okay, so that's not going to hit you. That's the only one you've seen that really come close, because I didn't really roll above a 12 total that entire roll, except for that one. So Nis, you just managed to move to the side almost lazily at this point, because they're firing horribly, and that's all my fault. But there's a spray of sparks as a laser blast explodes in the hallway next to you. And that's going to bring us to our Wookiee friend. Oh, he missed. Okay. Not going to do anything else with his turn. Nis, it is your turn.
Sweet. We are going to blast somebody's face off.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll a real die, since that's what everybody else is doing, and they're having better rolls than me. So
Yeah, it's working out well for me so far.
Okay, well, it's working out well for everybody else, so I'm going to just do that. Okay, so just got to make sure I got all my numbers right. And that's going to be 17?
That will hit.
17 to hit? Okay,
Yeah,
let me see what
that'll
my
hit.
do. Huh?
That will hit.
It will? Okay, great. And then I think I have 3d8 damage, so let me roll that real fast.
What are you using?
I have a heavy blaster. I don't know, I was looking online and it said that for my being like all of my things, that was a reasonable weapon for me to have, and it was 3d8 damage, so I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
12 and so it's only 15 damage.
Okay, which one were you aiming at? There's 3 that are uninjured, and 1 that has an arrow stick out of him currently.
I would aim for one that's not bloodied.
Okay.
So someone who's still pretty damn healthy.
Okay.
Is about to not be, sucker.
That's correct. So you see him slump back, holding his side. Seems to be quite injured from your blast. Anything else your turn?
Sorry, I was muted. No, I'm
no.
good.
Okay. Ava, back to you.
Okay. Is my sound better? Because apparently my actual microphone hasn't been plugged in this whole time, and I've been talking out of my webcam. But it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I didn't really notice the difference.
You sound great. Just
Awesome.
so you know.
Awesome. Hopefully, didn't realize that I wasn't ever muted, but you know. Anywho, Ava is going to shoot with her blaster again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot. 26 to hit.
Okay.
No,
Again,
24 to hit.
that will hit.
Okay.
Again, I'll ask an uninjured one. There's 2 that are injured, and 2 that are not injured.
She'll hit one of the uninjured ones.
Okay.
Ooh. 7, 8, 11 points of damage on that.
Okay.
And that is a, yeah, that's a 25 to maintain her cloak.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Moving anywhere again, or?
She's just gonna kind of like, all of her movements, she's just gonna kind of dodge back and forth across the hall after each attack.
Gotcha.
If you need me to re-roll stealth at any point, let me know.
I don't think that'd be necessary.
Okay.
No. All right, so Zelda, we'll come back to you.
Okay. Give me just 2 seconds, because I need to check how this works.
I'm sorry, this seems like slow and epic. I'm just going to ease you on to a first combat so we get used to it, and then we'll have grander, more complicated things.
I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Hands down, appreciate it.
The next battle will be against Revan, and we're gonna get our asses kicked.
Pretty much.
But we'll be ready.
Oh, we'll be ready.
Who have we got left? Who is looking?
There are a couple of them that are pretty damn close to being dead at this point. They're very, very shaky, very wobbly on their feet. We have one that's completely uninjured, and there's still the one that's got the arrow from it from last time from you.
Oh, that one's still alive. Okay,
Yes.
in that case, I am going to go ahead and use the Force.
Oh.
Oh.
Which... Where are my stats? That would help. Sorry, my mouse is kind of freaking out a little bit, so it's just not happy right now. 24.
That'll hit.
Which is almost enough. That's 46 points of damage as I pick him up and just start choking him out.
Oh, shit. Okay.
With a Force grip.
Okay.
Which is going to be 9, 10, 12 points of damage.
Okay. That will be enough. Gosh. What a horrifying scene. Okay.
Was that one of the bloodied ones?
Yeah, that's the one that's got one of the arrows.
The arrow bloodied one? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the one that survived the arrow, I just pick him
Okay.
up and just choke him.
So you just see this like figure lift off the ground and begin to like reach for his neck, trying to pull at hands that he can't actually grip into. For some reason, my green screen's freaking out. And you just sort of see him like begin to kick as he begins his death rattles, and before he begins to finally slump, his head dipping to the side, and then falls to the ground, not moving. Very ghastly. Okay. Anything else for your turn, Zell?
I will probably take a step or two forward in an attempt to look menacing and see whether they decide to back out of the fight or not.
Okay. They look pretty horrified at this point. They also have a Jedi who's going to be upon them this round, who looks pretty pissed off herself. So Bastila rushes forward, taking a swipe at... Jesus, yeah, she hit. So, okay, so there's that one, and she's going to double attack, and she'll hit with that as well. So she has the double attack feat, so she can make 2 attacks. And yeah, okay. So you see her just begin to rush up, and she takes her lightsaber across one's chest, and you just hear it scream as it falls to the side, and she swings back around with the other end and decapitates the other one. So both of the injured ones have fallen, now dead.
Bastila don't mess around.
No, she does not. So there's one remaining, and Snuggle, it's your turn.
All right. So Snuggle takes her blaster, and she aims for the last remaining.
Okay. Come on, Snuggle.
Hit him.
Does a 25 hit?
Unfortunately, it does, yes.
All right. She does 15 points of damage.
Oh, nice hit. So this little Chadrafan on the back of this Trandoshan takes aim, finally able to sight up this this trooper and take a shot. Another spray of sparks as the laser penetrates past into his gut. And he stumbles, looking quite hurt. And it will be his turn, and he is going to disengage entirely and take the fuck off. He is not having anything left to do with this. And begins to take off down the right-hand corridor. Bastila doesn't seem to make mind of it, doesn't attack him as he leaves. Okay, so we're out of combat for the time being.
But none of us get an attack of opportunity? Okay.
No. Nope.
Oh wait, is that not a thing in this game, in the system?
It is.
We're not within their.
Oh, that's right, because she ran.
Right.
Okay, got
Right.
it. Sorry,
Threatened
I understand
zone.
now.
Okay, so it takes off, and you see Bastila look to you all, sort of gives a slight smile and a nod, and begins to charge into the room ahead of her, where all these lightsaber slices are going ahead of you. And I think of any place, I probably could take a quick break. I'll take about 10 minutes or so, and we'll come back and we will finish the rest of this particular episode and see what happens as our troop begins to engage the Sith Lord known as Revan. So we'll be back in a little
Oh
bit.
boy, it's episode 2, guys. I just want to say, it's episode 2.
fed and we are scared. So, just to replay what just happened. So the group is just taking out some Sith troopers ahead of them, and the command center lies just beyond their sight. And you see that the yellow lightsaber of Bastila has descended ahead of you. And you also see that the number of lightsabers within have dwindled since you first saw them. You currently see a couple blue ones that seem to be locked with combat with another couple red lightsabers ahead of you. And you see Bastila rushing towards what you would probably assume to be Revan at this point. Now, what are you all going to do?
Well, there goes off 10 Jedi.
If everyone's gonna follow, then I'll follow, but
Snuggle goes where Nis goes.
I'll carefully make my way forward. Slowly but
Bastila
surely.
can't go alone, so... I mean, Nis will move in a way that does not endanger Snuggle, so...
Snuggle's kind of into it now. She shot someone in the stomach. She saw a lot of people die. It's like she's basically yelling "charge" on top of your shoulders. She's just like, "Yeah, you got this."
We need character art of this. Just
I need to protect Snuggle with everything I have.
we're all feeling the Snuggle struggle to keep her alive.
Nis, you're moving forward. Okay.
Then I guess we're all going.
Okay.
Yep, Excel's moving forward.
So you all begin to... I don't even want to say that you're probably going to run. You're probably just going to walk with purpose.
We're going to creep.
Yeah.
We're going to creep into this room.
Going to creep down the hallway with your Tyrannosaurus arms.
Y'all can't see it, but Ava is literally creeping. She's not doing that.
T-Rex walking down the hallway.
Or like throwing herself up against the wall. Like sliding. Eva's not doing that.
Okay, so what you see ahead of you, when you all finally make it to the blast door itself, the command center ahead of you is littered with a mix of black-robed bodies laying on the floor, as long as also there's a bunch of the Jedi that you assume that Bastila had brought with them, laying on the floor next to those bodies. Seems they've engaged in combat and have managed to off one another. There's a couple what I would say Ava probably best would see that some of her Sith brethren or Dark Jedi brethren are locked in combat still with a couple of the other Jedi. What currently seems to be words escape me now, a Twi'lek and maybe a human Jedi. And you see just the flash of combat between Bastila and Revan currently, just going at each other, almost reckless abandon at this point.
Do we know if she tried to talk to him?
You have no idea.
Okay. But there wasn't that much time from when Bastila got into this room to when we got in this room. So if there was a conversation, it was very short-lived.
Yeah, basically Bastila's like, "Fuck you, Revan." Just like ran.
That's very
I actually think it might have been the other way around. I think
might have
Bastila
been
would have
the
been
other way
like,
around.
Probably.
come peacefully. No.
I'm like, Levin, I need you to come with me. And he's like, fuck off.
wherever Bastila goes, we follow behind her. So if she's engaged in combat, then we're going to be right there with her.
Okay. So you all going to pull blasters and go after some people? What are we going to do here exactly? Because I am curious.
So there are a
away.
couple of other Jedi currently engaged with individuals, right?
Correct.
Okay. Zell is going to go ahead and help the other Jedi
Mm-hmm.
and hope that essentially if we can get the numbers game on our side, those Jedi can then help Bastila.
Okay.
That's my current thought process. So I'm going to go ahead and just fire an arrow when I get the chance.
Okay.
And get right involved.
And this is obviously up to you, Josh, but are any of the Sith that are fighting against the Jedi, does Ava recognize any of them? Even if it's just like, oh, we were in basic training together or whatever. Oh, I've seen you around the temple. Like, should I make it like an intelligence check or?
No, let's make this funner. Give me a percentile check.
Oh. 74.
Yeah, you do recognize one of them. And I'll leave it up to you to decide what your relationship was with them.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure on me, but okay.
It's your narrative at this point, so.
Okay. Then ideally, just from the backstory that I know about Ava, ideally, it's probably just a fellow compatriot that she knew from around the temple. It's not anyone that she was like straight up teammates with or really close to, but it is a very familiar face. But that will be enough to where Ava will deter from engaging in that conflict, and move towards the Bastila Revan fight to back Bastila up if she needs it.
Okay. What about Nis/Snuggle? What's your all's intentions going into this?
Oh, we're charging right behind Bastila.
Okay, so you're going.
Yeah. We're going for it.
Along with Ava, then.
Along with Tafar, who I'm pretty sure we forgot about, but he's still there.
Yeah, he's still there. And we'll say that he will go with Zelkadar, so he's not alone. Okay, this is going to be fun. Not the route I supposed you all would go on, so we're going to wing it from here on out.
What else were we gonna do? Come on now.
Well, I had a contingency. I just, I didn't expect you all to go after Revan. But I was going to give you the choice because that's your choice. You know what I'm saying?
Where we're at.
So, given this glorious moment, let's go and do some initiative again.
Oh.
I'm afraid. All right. That is a 27 for me.
Wow. Okay.
God.
19 plus 8.
Beautiful.
Ava got a 10.
Okay.
Nis rolled a 12.
12.
Snuggle also rolled a 12.
How appropriate.
Amazing.
Does one of you want to choose to go before the other?
Nis can go first.
Okay.
Sure, it doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm doing really badly with some of these rolls. Wookiee got a...
We are not qualified for this fight.
No, we're not.
And we have the...
No, this is going to go
Dark Jedi.
Badly.
terribly.
So, Okay.
Ava's like, confront people that I actually kind of know, or confront someone.
All right.
Not a great situation.
So at the top of the round, Zell, you're first.
All right, an arrow straight into someone's head, not Revan. I'm trying to get the Jedi free first, so that we have the numbers game.
Go for it.
I don't think the numbers game is going to help, but I'm going to try it anyway. Right. Where's my roll 20? Okay. Arrow attack. That is going to be a... not good. 15?
15 is not going to hit, unfortunately.
Didn't think so. Yeah, that just goes ahead and just...
Can you tell us what the numbers actually look like? Like, we know we're fighting Revan, Sith, and Stormtroopers, so can you give me kind of a breakdown of that?
Okay, what you see, we'll just say up towards the front of the command deck, where the main window is, where you can see the battle raging beyond that. You see there are 2 Jedi engaged with 2 Sith, or Jark Jedi, whatever you want to call them at this point. It doesn't really matter. And closer to you, but more off to your right side, you see Revan and Bastila are engaged with one another. Other than that, it's just you all. Everyone else has seemed to have perished before you got here.
So it's really just the 2 Sith and Revan.
Yes.
Okie dokes.
I'm going to keep at a decent distance, enough for me to fire without me being in lightsaber swinging range.
Okay.
And yeah, that is me.
Okay. So after you, Bastila rolled a 26, so she's going just after you do. And she is going to attack Revan. And hits once. It does some crappy damage. Okay, so you see her lightsaber flash as she managed to catch him off guard, but just managed to barely graze him in his shoulder. A little bit of sizzle of the flesh, but he does seem to be pretty unbothered by it at this point. And speaking of him, he goes next. Yeah, okay. Not good for Bastila.
No.
Almost enraged, it seems, from this attack against him, he manages to just press this lightsaber through her shoulder. You hear her scream back and reel as I scored a critical hit against her. So
No.
she just presses back from the attack, just overwhelmed by the rage of Revan. And that is going to bring us to Nis. You're going to be up next.
That's not good.
So that's terrifying. And upon seeing her like that, we are going to fire at Revan.
Okay.
Lord be with me. All right. And that's with bonus. 19? Does the 19 hit Revan?
It does not.
Oh no.
No, it does
Does he have
not.
does he have a boost to his armor class because his lightsaber's ignited?
He has a boost to his levels and everything. So he's going to be very.
Oh yeah, we're
very
so gonna die.
difficult to
Revan
hit.
has a
Great.
stat block.
It's Revan.
Not
Are
a
you
character.
surprised?
Yeah.
No, not.
Sorry, I have to look up something real quick. Because
Would
that's-
Revan actually
This is bad.
Bastila?
This is bad.
I mean, that would certainly change the path of this story, and I'm kind of excited. But at the same time, if Bastila dies, will we survive? Is probably a better question.
I don't know.
okay.
Well, if Bastila dies, the story then changes to how we survive. So there is possibility here.
How much does your blaster do?
3d8 damage.
Go ahead and roll
Oh,
3d8.
Oh, deflect.
Sweet.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
10. 16.
Okay, so
Nope, 19. Whoops.
19. So you take the shot at Revan, who's sort of like staring at Bastila, and without even looking at you, you just see his swing his lightsaber to the side, and your shot comes firing back at you. You're going to take that damage as that has been redirected in your direction.
Awesome. Okay.
What's your damage
So-
threshold?
What did you say?
What is your damage threshold?
Damage threshold is. Hold on, I saw that somewhere.
Look it up here.
Wait, where is that? What is that? Where is that on my?
17 is your damage threshold. Okay, so you're going to move one down the condition track.
So -1? Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, that just fucked up all my stats. Okay.
Yes, it's going to.
Oh, got it. This is awesome.
So
I'm not
you
scared.
stumble back in surprise as this blast redirects itself back towards you. Caught off guard and with a burning wound in your side. Anything else for your turn?
No, I think, I think we did enough.
Okay.
I think we're okay.
Snuggle, it's your turn.
Okay, so Snuggle stares horrified at her new friend Nis, her new friend and mentor Nis, who has been hit by this. And she does her talent of disruptive,
Okay.
Oh.
which will suppress all morale and insight bonuses applied to my enemies, and hopefully they descend into chaos and are unfocused
Okay.
until my turn.
Wonderful. Love it.
That's exactly what we need is an unfocused Revan.
Yeah.
Hey, if he's not focused, he can't deflect blaster bolts.
That is true. That is very true.
At least that's Snuggles' way of thinking about it.
There
is
you go. Okay. That's going to bring us to Ava then.
Okay. This is fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine.
Everything's fine. Ooh, what is we gonna do? Ava will move around behind Revan
Okay.
to flank with Bastila
Mhm.
because she's still technically invisible. And I'll roll stealth if you want me to.
Yeah, we should. probably do
Okay.
that.
Let's see. Okay. That is. Oh wait. Oh wait, that's even better. Math. 29.
Okay.
No wait. Hold on. 32. Stealth.
Okay. If he notices you, he doesn't seem to give any indication of that.
Okay. And then Ava is going to pull her lightsaber
hmm
and attack Revan from behind.
Okay.
Do you do flanking bonuses like advantage or anything like that? No, that's not the system. Just kidding.
Technically, it's not advantage. There is like a plus to it, but I'll be damned if I remember what it is.
It's up to you.
For fun, let's just do it as advantage for right now. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't want to look up the rule.
Okay.
I don't think it's important enough to. So.
Yeah. Oh shit! I critted.
Oh.
And then let's see.
Ava's gonna save us all.
Don't put that kind of pressure on me.
If they're gonna save you.
So I double my dice roll. 15, 20, 23, 26 points of damage.
Dang.
And then I need to roll to keep my cloak. Okay. That is 20. No. 24. Yeah, I keep my cloak up.
Okay.
And she's going to back up just a little bit if I have any movement left.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
We'll have to take a 5-foot step away.
Okay.
That was a good round. That's going to bring us to...
Can I just like give her my next action? Because like I just will it to her. She can take it.
That's a 20. The Wookiee's attacking. Don't worry, it's not against you. Who critted once again this game. And takes a nice shot at one of the Sith. Who cannot deflect. So this bowcaster goes off not far from you, Zelkadar, and you see that one of the Sith begins to stumble back as he's been blasted by this bowcaster, and is looking pretty rough at this point. Just a sizzling mess of robes, and you see some of the fire beginning to catch in them as well. And that's going to bring us to who's next on our order. Okay, the Dark Jedi are next. Miss. Ew, that's not good. Okay, so one of the Jedi that's engaged with the other Dark Jedi has just met his end as a Sith just takes a lightsaber and cuts him in half. You see the entrails slipping into the floor as the body topples over, and he begins to run towards the other Dark Jedi and Jedi that are locked in combat now to assist. But is it going to make it through this round?
Oh dear.
Wait, you said which one died in the other fight?
The Jedi died.
Oh, okay.
That's not
But
good.
just one of the
Yeah, it's not
Jedi.
good at
The
all.
other Jedi's still alive, right?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is it just one Jedi and one Sith?
No.
It's,
It was 2 and 2.
yeah, there's one,
Oh, okay.
There's one
Oh.
Jedi who's locked in combat with a Sith who just got injured. And then there is the Dark Jedi that just killed a Jedi and is running towards that combat now.
Got it.
So it's going to bring us back to the top of the order, so Zal.
Okay. The one that just took a bowcaster hit, I'm gonna go ahead and fire an arrow at.
Okay.
Which is gonna be a grand old 24.
That will hit.
For 10 points of damage.
Okay. So what does it look like when you take out this Dark Jedi?
Is he the one that sprinted?
No, it's the one that's locked in combat currently with another Jedi.
Okay, so it's the other guy that died. Okay. Well, yeah, as he goes ahead and like splits my first arrow, I see what kind of defensive strike he does, pull my arrow and just fire it straight through both of his hands and the saber. And I want to pin his hands to the saber as the Jedi then goes ahead and just...
Oh, nice. So, that grisly scene happens. So we're down a Sith. His turn is now. It's Bastila's turn. Unless you want to do any movement or anything.
The other guy seems to be rushing me/him at the moment, so I'll stay here.
Okay, yeah, he was rushing towards the conflict between the Jedi and the Dark Jedi. Now, surprise, he's just rushing towards a Jedi now and not a companion. So that will make it Bastila's turn. Oh, she just critted herself. Nice. Bastila.
Alright, that's 2 crits against Revan.
So, not a great roll.
And it's not going to matter.
Nope.
So she's going to
Might run away. He might run away. Let's hope he runs away.
28 points of damage.
Will he? Will he?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe caught off guard from Ava's sneak attack on him. He sort of begins to turn in that direction, and Bastila takes the opportunity to move in and slice him across the chest. He doesn't look real great right now. He's hurting pretty bad. But that's going to be his turn now. And he is going to spend a force point. Ooh, okay. So, in a fit of rage, he is going to, and I'm just going to use this to break my roll because I don't want to roll that many dice. He points to Bastila and lifts a hand, and an arc of lightning flashes from his fingertips. He does 27 points of lightning damage against her. And she's going to move 1 point across the track for him spending a force point. So she's going to be hurting pretty badly now. Bastila stumbles back against the floor. Her lightsaber, what's the opposite of ignites? Extinguishes at her side as she just crumples to the floor and her body shakes with the electricity flowing through her. I'm going to make a perception here. Okay. And that's going to be the end of Revan's turn. This is going to bring us to Nis.
Well, that sucks, and that's a lot of sucking.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to fire at that son of a bitch again.
Okay.
And we're going to blast his ass for a 22. Did that shit hit?
Nope.
Motherfucker! Okay, sorry.
No, it will not hit.
Okay, I'm fine.
Roll your damage against you.
This is bad.
No.
Bad.
Yeah.
Oh no.
$16.
16 points of damage you take, huh? So once again, this you take aim and are surprised as you see the shot come flying back in your direction once more.
We better level after fighting Revan.
Guys, I have 6 hit points left.
Oh no!
So you know.
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's going to take like a 26 to hit him, just so you know.
Oh, like a 26?
Yeah.
Just
So
throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Magic number. Thanks for saying that after the second round, in which I lost, like, I don't know.
Well, I figured after the first time you tried it and it came back at you, you would be a little bit more hesitant the second time, but you weren't, so.
What else am I gonna do?
I don't know, go rush and punch him in the face or something, I guess. I don't know. Or go help somebody
Punch
else.
him in with the mask thing and everything?
Hey, why not?
I got Snuggle on my back, man. I gotta stay in like a. Okay, anyway.
Okay. Anyway, Snuggle. It's up to your turn now. What would you like to do?
She looks at Revan and she really doesn't want to fire at him as it has not been working out
Mm-hmm.
for her friend and mentor Nis.
Mm-hmm.
So how far away is the other Jedi that's still standing?
He's about 25 feet away.
Okay, so she's gonna kind of hold on to Nis's shoulder
Mm-hmm.
and kind of lean back with her feet,
Mm-hmm.
aim at this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And she rolls a 19.
You hit.
19 hits. Excellent. Because she's just trying to free up more people to come and do some damage to Revan. Okay, so that's 20 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So he's like rushing towards this other Jedi with like bloodlust in his eyes, and you sort of catch him and spin him in mid-run. Glares at you in the meantime.
Snuggle glares right back at him from the back.
But in the cutest way possible. Like Ray just did.
Like imagine Baby Yoda doing that, just mean mugging as she's like choking out Cara Dune. That's
Ava, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna do the thing again.
Okay.
Am I still able to get like flanking with Bastila?
You can.
Okay. Anything to aid in this fight at this point.
Yeah, I can always spend a destiny point.
Oh, okay. It really wanted to be a 3. So that makes it an 8 to hit.
Do I have to acknowledge that with a real answer, or?
An 8.
Is that like when the asshole like Gun Master's like, "How's a 25 hit?" And you're like,
And
yeah.
Ava will roll 2. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No.
It's bad, Ava. It's real bad.
Oh no, it's real bad.
You just lost your cloak, didn't you?
I did.
Oh boy.
Yep.
This is perfect.
So Ava goes to swing and she misses and almost falls and loses concentration on her cloak.
Okay.
And then looks up like, oh fuck. She's standing there with a red lightsaber, having just tried to attack Darth Revan. Everything's fine.
Okay, and in this moment, Revan looks down at you, and he just suddenly lifts his hand up, and you come flying towards him. He's just like holding you there, just staring at you. His head tilts to the side, and you hear him speak. Ava? The question fills your head. And it's not a tone of like anger. It's not a tone of disappointment, but one of pure question.
Ava has this look on her face, even though she's literally like being choked out right now, has this look on her face of like, oh god, Senpai knows me. I'm like, oh god, Darth Revan knows my name.
And as your body's locked there in the air with your hands to your sides, that moment on that ship when you felt that familiarity comes radiating from him to you. And something feels deeply personal between your union together here aboard this ship. And it seems he's taken off guard and just drops you. As if something has severed the connection between the two of you, and you have dropped back to the floor. He begins to lift his hand and reach down towards you. And as you look past him out the view screen, you see the Leviathan turn towards the ship and begin to unload its cannons into the command deck of this one. And there is a spray of fire and shrapnel of metal as it begins to course through the command deck towards you all. And for a moment, it seems everything stands still, as if you're all locked in this moment. Ava staring up at Darth Revan, who in turn looks down upon you, and the rest of you look on in horror as the fire and broken metal scatters across this whole deck. And then time catches up suddenly, and you all are flung back against the sides of this chamber. Revan disappearing from your sight, Ava, suddenly as he goes careening back towards the edge of the ship itself and thuds against the wall.
Did he get shot?
It seems that some of the explosion has exploded behind him and has forced him from his standing position to one of a limped position now on the floor about 50 feet from you. It doesn't seem to be moving currently. And it doesn't seem that Bastila either is moving at this point, as she's not far from his body.
What happened to the Jedi and the Dark Jedi?
They appear to have either been shredded by the shrapnel entirely or blown apart. Either way, they are not of this world anymore. I'd like the rest of you go ahead and make me reflex saves, please.
Oh. 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 Okay.
I'll make one for my
Yeah.
guys too. Okay, good.
I assume that means we just roll a d20 and then hope it surpasses our reflex total?
I'm going to assign a DC for you to pass. So.
Do we add anything?
Should be whatever's... what is there? It's your dex plus your class and level, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So...
Yeah, so it should be under defenses. It should be right there next to reflex, and it's 10 plus your level.
So you add that to whatever you roll?
No, I think that's just a DC you have to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I realized I was still level 1, so 15 should have been 17. Whoops. Oh well.
You'd be a little less hurt then, wouldn't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, maybe not, because that was a 3 plus.
Okay.
Uh,
I suddenly forgot how defenses work in Star Wars. Sorry.
all right. Yeah, I almost definitely failed that save.
Okay.
So it's just a straight D20 roll that we're doing.
I'll make the D20 roll. How's that? That'll make it simpler. And then if I can surpass your reflex, then you'll take damage.
Okay, I see what you're...
So I rolled a 14. So if your reflex defense is below that, then you'll take some damage. So who succeeded and anybody failed?
I
Okay.
succeeded.
You
So
succeeded?
there's no reflex save.
As far as I can't tell.
Attack
really.
the attack against
Right.
our reflex defense.
Right.
Okay.
So.
Snuggles is 21.
Everybody passed?
Oh my.
Yeah, my reflex is 17.
Okay, cool.
Mine's a 16.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the Wookiee pass as well. Sorry, I keep forgetting that he's there.
I was wondering where
So-
he was in initiative order, and I was like, did I just miss this? Okay.
He's normally right after Ava, but currently not in combat. You see the Wookiee begin to rush towards the command controls as this barrage still keeps coming from the Leviathan, as it is seeming to wanting to destroy the ship altogether. And you see him look at all of you, sort of hangs his head, and presses a button, and you feel the ship begin to take flight, as if he has not calculated any sort of positioning of where to go, but has just made a random jump.
Are there blast shields that are gonna cover these like windows that have busted open?
Oh, they're not open. They're not open
Okay.
currently, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Even if there was, there's sort of shielding from the ship
Got
itself.
it. Okay.
But suddenly the ship begins to lurch suddenly into hyperspace. And all you see around you is just this whiteness, this blinding light almost. As you feel one more blast rock the ship just before you take off. And you feel something very wrong has just happened as the ship separates from this space and time. And I think of all places, this might be a good place to end our tale for this evening.
Snuggle would like to do one thing first.
What would that be?
She hops off of Niss's back.
Okay.
And she runs to where Revan is lying down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
She kicks him a little to make sure that he's like not awake.
Okay.
She takes his mask and puts it in.
Oh. Okay.
Damn it, Snuggle.
Oh, one Revan's
Damn
mask.
it.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
I feel like Snuggle's just like slowly becoming a Sith Lord at this point. Yeah, she's got her own Kyber crystal. Now she's got a mask. She'll be able to do
Well,
her own
to be
lightsaber
fair-
here before too long.
Nis was about to do the same thing for her, but
Oh, well.
you know,
that's
Nis
fair.
has definitely only got 6 hit point left and can't.
Bad man hurt Niss.
Okay.
So we're on a random Sith ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bastila Shan is unconscious.
So what's our
Revan is
plan?
unconscious. All of the Dark Jedi and the 10 Jedi that we came with are dead.
Yes.
And we've just hyperspace jumped somewhere completely random.
With
Yeah.
no calculations to do this safely.
Good.
Nope.
Good.
This is fine.
And something seems to have gone wrong just before
Oh,
the jump.
great.
So,
Oh, yeah, like 100. Yeah, we were getting fired on by a, by a
So the
interdictor
question
class
is,
dreadnought.
did Malik choose to turn that ship around and fire, or was someone else in there that made that decision and didn't realize that we were on the ship? So if Malik chose to do it, then why did Malik just turn on Revan? Unless Ava's got some things that she's not told us. Or did the Jedi...
I didn't even know Darth Revan knew me.
we'll discuss
He didn't even
that in
ask me to
our
sign his
next
yearbook.
game.
Yeah.
So,
I have so many questions.
good. I'm glad you have so many questions. So,
This is good shit.
So next Saturday is Halloween. I could potentially run something. It might just not be 3 hours long, just so you know.
Yeah,
Because I have a child and Halloween stuff happens. So
trick or treat, man.
yeah, which has still been kind of a weird thing for me to wrap my head around. So I could probably start like an hour later, maybe, potentially. But I'll let you all know beforehand.
Okay.
I think it's like 6:30 to 7:30 here, so I could probably start around 8. If you all are okay with that. If not, we can take the week off. It doesn't matter.
We don't have any plans.
Mm-hmm. I don't believe we do either.
Okay.
Anything for Star Wars.
Okay. Well, we'll finalize that at the end of this.
It'll be great.
Cool. All right. So, thanks everybody for showing up this week. This has been an interesting episode.
Yeah.
Could we just go around real quick, let everybody know who you are, where they can find you at, and if you have anything exciting or not exciting going on. Just start the same order we began with this today's episode with. Ray, would you like to go?
Sure thing. Yeah, I'm Ray. You can find me at Ray on Twitter. You can find me over at Friends Who Roll Dice, which I co-founded with a whole bunch of wonderful people. We're kicking ass and raising money for charity. So yeah, come down and join us for that. We've got a couple of Friday streams left to go. And then a 13-hour fundraiser on the 1st of November, which is going to be super, super exciting. I'm in a whole bunch of other stuff, but just follow my Twitter for that. It's a lot easier. My brain is mush. This was a great episode, but also, what the hell? This is the second episode. What is going to happen? Like,
What have we done?
No. Oh God, I'm loving it. That's it.
So
There we
good.
go. That's my thank you for coming to my Star Wars TED Talk.
Hi, I'm Kelly. You can find me at MightyMurph28 on Twitter and on Instagram. I have literally nothing else but this going on, except for Tuesday's nerdy trivia over at Chaotic Tiefling ATL. It's Hocus Pocus this week, and I intend on winning the main prize. I'm sure it's good. I can't wait to hear what it is. It's been on a loop in the background of my house for like 24 hours at this point. My boyfriend hates me. But yeah, no, that's me. Snuggle. I'm so happy that Snuggle just got Revan's mask. She will be trying it on later.
Oh God.
Not creepy at all.
No. Just giant bat ears coming out of Revan's mask.
Jesus. I guess that means it's my turn.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm your friendly neighborhood Babs the Bat. You can find me on Twitter at @RealBabs the Bat because someone already had my handle taken. It's rude. But you can also find me on my channel, which is Chaotic Tiefling ATL. We do some really fun artsy stuff, including the nerdy trivia that Murph just mentioned a second ago. This Tuesday is Hocus Pocus. I'm super pumped. It's my favorite Halloween movie. And then next Saturday, we also have our Tea Time Tales that is reading all Halloween spooky stories. So come just, put it on in the background, have a good story time, drink some tea. It's going to be great. And then you can also find me on Rock Punch ATL because that is where I work. I have a show on there called Babs Fails at Video Games. This Wednesday, I am playing Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. And then my main playthrough game starting the Wednesday after that is going to be KOTOR. Because ironically, I'm also playing KOTOR while we start this game. So yeah, I'm not good at video games. Please come support me. And yeah, so that's about me. What about you, Hannah?
I'm Hannah. You can find me on Twitter at StopThatOldWoman, and on Instagram. I play in this game. And then on Thursday nights, I'm wrong. On Wednesday nights, Saevrick and I are in a Blades in the Dark game on this very channel, and it's flipping fantastic. And I highly recommend you check it out. But otherwise, there's just a lot of shit posting on Twitter. So thanks for joining us on this delightful and in no way eventful evening. And we'll see you next week.
I've got so many limited episodes, I have to make everything exciting as much as I can. If you've played KOTOR, this is where it's going to change. So,
Okay.
So everything
Great.
from this point on you can forget about because it's not going to be the same any longer.
This is actually my first time ever playing KOTOR, the video game.
Well, good. You'll have two different experiences then.
Yeah. So I'll get to feel like this isn't what's happening in either of my games. Okay.
Wonderful.
I'm currently playing KOTOR also, but it's my first time doing a Dark Side playthrough. So I'm just shitlord
Wonderful.
to everybody. It's great.
That's awesome. Gosh, who am I? I'm Saevrick. I've been your game master. I've been your best friend this evening. Let's see. We have on Wednesdays, as Hannah had said, we have Blades in the Dark, which is a super fun game. I love it to death. This Thursday, I will have a one-shot, a D&D one-shot. We're playing Breaker of Chains, with some folks around the TTRPG space. I think I've played with one of them before, and none of the rest of them. So it's going to be interesting to play with new people. And again, of course, we have this game on Saturdays. I think the game for Thursday is going to also be at 7 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to get back to you on that. Otherwise, this is what I got going on. So, is there anything else you guys want to say before we?
My nerd heart is so happy.
Your nerd heart is happy.
My nerd heart is so happy playing this game.
Good.
I love it so much.
Yeah, no, thank you for asking me to be a part, and thank you for running it as well. It's been a treat already, and I can't wait for what's going to happen.
I figured by about
we're only 2 episodes in.
I figure about episode 9 or 10, I might have these rules down. So I haven't played this game in such a long time. I've forgotten a lot more than I remember.
I'm super rusty on the system too, but we will figure it out. It's gonna.
I've never played it, so
and 5e keeps pervading into me, and I'm like, I need to do that.
Right?
Like, no, that's not how it works in the system. So it's going to come back and bite me once in a while. So sorry to all the viewers who had to do that. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can come check us out live. It's a lot funner. You can interact with everybody here. Otherwise, yeah, I'm going to let everybody go for the evening because I know some people it's probably like tomorrow. So.
Ray.
So, you all have a great evening. Thanks again for showing up, and we will see you next Saturday.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.